What's going on, everybody? It's Mike here from the Garage Beers Podcast, and you know what time it is. Let's have this drink and talk about the Cavs. Cavaliers are 4-0 on the season as they pass their first really big test of the year. They go to New York, and they beat the Knicks in Madison Square Garden, 110-104 in a hard-fought, exactly what you would expect a Cavs-Knicks game to be. Two teams that were fighting, scratching and clawing. It had a playoff vibe about it. The defenses, I think, really came to play in this game. But I think there's one main reason I think they won this game. And we'll get to players in a minute. But from a team perspective, the Cleveland Cavaliers allowed 11 offensive rebounds in the first half, where they allowed the New York Knicks to come out and get a lead over them going into halftime. In the second half, the Cavaliers allowed 2 offensive rebounds. That's it. So every time the Knicks were shooting the ball and missing, the Cavaliers were grabbing the rebounds. And the effort in that area, you could see it. You could see the focus on grabbing those loose balls. And it came from everybody. Obviously, Mobley and Allen were out there grabbing rebounds, but Darius Garland had a couple huge rebounds in that second half. Sam Merrill had a couple big rebounds in that second half. They just came out and played with a different level of focus, especially on that end of the court, to make sure the New York Knicks weren't doing what they did in the first half, which was getting second chance opportunities, because the Knicks are really good at converting at those. On the player side of things, welcome back to all-star form, Darius Garland. It was so good to see him put on a performance like this. I think a lot of us knew that he still had this in him, and I think there's plenty more of this to come, but Darius goes 12 of 19 from the field, 5 of 8 from beyond the arc, 34 points. He was kind of Mr. Do Everything. Again, he grabbed some big rebounds. He made some great assists, but Darius Garland, at that pivotal moment in the third and fourth quarter where it was really going to decide which direction this game was going to go, Darius just kept hitting big shot after big shot after big shot, and eventually it felt like it just kind of broke the will of the New York Knicks. They fought hard until the end, but Darius was huge. A couple of other shout-outs. A couple guys off the bench. Georges Niang, Caris LeVert, and Sam Merrill. Those guys all big positive minutes in their time. Niang was a plus 14. LeVert was a plus 19. Merrill was a plus 9. When the Cavaliers needed a little stability, when they had to get their starters some rest, those guys came in and gave really good minutes. And then otherwise, I think everybody else just fought. I think Evan Mobley just continues to find himself. There were moments, especially in the second half of that game, where Evan Mobley realized that he could out-physical and outwork Karl Anthony Towns. And I loved watching Mobley just go after Karl Anthony Towns, and Towns couldn't stop him. I love the energy Jared Allen brings. And then obviously Donovan Mitchell is just kind of always that steady force that's just going to be there, being your superstar. And when other players around him perform the way they did tonight, Cavaliers are really, really hard to beat, which is why nobody has beat them yet this year. So the Cavaliers get a big win in Madison Square Garden tonight. They are 4-0. I'm going to celebrate it tonight. You should celebrate it tonight. And I will talk to you after the next Cavs game. Until then, cheers and go Cavs.